Hello everyone, today I will be teaching you about spawners and how spawning works in Minecraft, or at least for these mob spawners that you can encounter in dungeons. Let's have a look at where mobs can spawn from them. It's not like they can spawn all over the place, but there's a small enclosed area that is actually larger than most of the dungeons are. When you find a dungeon, it's usually a small enclosed area that's a little less than this, usually 5 by 5 maybe. But the actual spawning space where these mobs from the spawners can spawn is actually 8 by 8 around them. Well, 8 by 8, that's not a perfect radius around them. That means we have to have 3 blocks on one side and 4 blocks on the other side. How do you determine which way those go? You want to know which way it spawns 4 blocks, right? So, for that we are gonna need the coordinates. If you look here, if I move, if you look at my x coordinate, it goes less when I move this direction. That means that this is the one of the directions that needs 4. Because every direction where your coordinates decreases is where you want to put those 4. So yeah, this one decreases as well. So those are the 2 directions that it can spawn 4 blocks out, and here it can only spawn 3 blocks out. And I took this cyan wool and outlined it with, so this is where you will potentially put your wall, and all of these inside will be air blocks. The mob spawners can also spawn 1 block below and 1 block above. So if you look over here, these are the entire area where the mobs are able to spawn. Also, if you imagine a zombie want to spawn in there, let's get some wool blocks to imagine that. If a zombie wants to spawn in here, let's say it wants to try to spawn this square block here. It will check if it's room there and 1 block above. Since it's a zombie, it's a 2 block tall mob, and therefore it needs 1 more airspace for it to be using its max spawning potential. Although it doesn't matter very much, but just for the case of efficiency. So if we want to maintain that efficiency, we should make sure to keep our actual roof 1 block above that actual spawning space. Okay, let's move on to the next step, which is the lighting. Right here you can see that I have lights that all go on and off, which is enough to light up actually every possible spawning slot for this spawner. The mobs need a light level of 8 or below in order to be able to spawn. You can check that out on the wiki in case it ever changes, but I doubt that because it has been like that for as long as I can remember actually. Okay. But with the lamps positioned in such formation, it should give a light level of, well, at the bottom here is where it's gonna be the furthest away from this light. So at the bottom level here, it should be about level 9, 10, 11 for most of these spots. So that's okay. They don't spawn there, so it's disabled. let's move on to this fully working example, and I can just built a little encasing for it in case we wanted to test it during the day. So if I want to turn on this spawner here, just turn off the lights, zombie gets thrown down to this pit. There's a water stream down below here, which will transport him up here. There he goes. He tries to swim up these water blocks. And up there there's a stream, which again takes him over here. At the edge he just drops down. Let's turn this off. And he's ready to be killed, basically. When we want to kill him, we just push this next wave button. All the zombies that have collected up there will be let down here, and it's blocked off again, so that if we push this button, you can see that lava comes out and make sure that he gets damaged. That way it will be much easier to kill him. And this block here just comes out to make sure that no mobs that aren't hurt will blend in with these, so that suddenly I would stand here hitting forever on a zombie that's perfectly healthy, if you can call these animals healthy. Deadly shit. Well, anyways, now he should be down to a 3-hit kill, yeah. And that's without a weapon, so I would guess with a stone sword it would be a 1-hit kill. That's a reasonable health to kill mobs with. So you don't have to use up many resources to kill them. Like, it would be pretty sad if you had to like use up a diamond sword to kill a bunch. That would not be very efficient. And you would need lots of food as well. But here you should get out of that problem quite easily. So, let's look at how we transport it mob. Let's break into here. Since this is a 8x8 spawning area, this should make up for quite an easy water stream platform that pushes everything here without needing any signs or anything like that. Because if you place a water source block, it will flow in the straight directions. It will flow exactly 8 blocks, which this is, or that is counting the 1 block where it's placed, and then everything will get shoved down to this other water stream, which is also exactly 8 blocks until here. Now, here comes the more advanced part that is might be harder to understand, but it's actually quite easy. We place a sign here because we want another stream to take over after this one, so that the mobs keep flowing. But we don't want get out. We don't want to put it down here, because then it would make a counter stream against this, because it's closer to the source block right there, and it would make it flow the other direction again, which would clog up the system. Therefore we put it 1 block above that and put a sign down below, so the water can't flow down, and it also can't flow back this direction because of this sign. This forces it to flow here, and this sign down here, I don't think that's incredibly important, but it if it wasn't there, it would make this downstream, and they would be pushed downwards a little as well. So it would take them longer to get up to this point, which we can just avoid by putting another sign there, which should be okay. Then we just use the same trick. We put source block one above the other one, and put a sign below and beside it to block off it from flowing backwards again. And this flows all the way to the end here. And we also have the same trick here, but this time it's to because this is the spot where the zombies want to flow up and swim upwards. And this this first water source here, it has flowing. It has you flowing towards this wall right here. It's kind of hard to see. I can show you better in a few minutes, but when it just makes you flow against the wall until you start swimming up, so that they don't try swimming up right here and end up hitting the roof. So, and when you get to the top here, it's another stream catching you up, and there's also a little extension to that right here. And then you're onto the spawning platform here, where you wait to be killed basically. You're collecting. How do we get out? Right there, we just make an exit. Okay, so you're probably wondering about this redstone part now. How do we do that? Well, it's not too complicated either. This let's start with the easiest stuff. If we go in here, we can see this next wave button. That's just a piston retracting and going back in. So to make it powered by default, we put a redstone torch there, and the button is right behind that next wave sign there. I put one on the back side as well, so the button will be right behind here. It just triggers this. This will invert itself, and since there's a block above it, the torch will send power to this block, which will get picked up by the redstone. And the redstone will power the block it's on top of, which again will power this piston. It's kind of weird how the redstone works like that, but if you know the mechanics how redstone works, it's actually quite easy. It's just to get to that point. That might take a while, but let's take a look at this other one. What does it do? Well, it puts the lava out and then it puts it back in again. So what happens is the question. This block of redstone here gets power from this block above, okay? Because the block above gets power when the button is pushed. So, and what this repeater does, this redstone does, it sends power to this block, but if the power is to get picked up by this block again, it has to be done by a repeater. Let's give a quick tutorial about that right here. If I put this there, oh, we might need some more space here, like that. So right now that block is powered, right? So we can see that the repeater will pull the power out of there, but if you have a redstone nut, it won't do anything. That's another weird mechanic of redstone. It will use repeaters to pull power out of the blocks that you already know you have sent power to. But you can do it the other way around, however, if you do the same thing as before. If you do send force power into a block with a repeater, then it can be accessed by a redstone, normal redstone, and also another repeater. So it's a weird mechanic, but once you learn it, it's quite easy. But that's what happens here at least. The power gets sent through there, and since we powered this block below here as well, and also this one actually, we will also power this piston right here, in the same way we powered this one. So when we power this piston here, let's force it right now. Oops. I'm just gonna do that because I think we might have spilled lava here now. No, not. I think I managed to get it out in time. Let's just do that so it won't spill out if we fail here. Okay, so right now you can see it's up, and then no more power can get sent through here anymore. If we remove that, so what will happen here is that the power gets sent through, this block picks it up for a slight second, and enough for this repeater to grab the signal, and straight after that repeater gets the signal, this block will go up and be right there. Okay, wouldn't let us do that like that. Okay, so we're messing with this today. Okay, imagine this has the power right now. It will send power into this block, which will get picked up by this redstone here and go off that way, and also that way, most importantly, to our dispenser, and power it once. That will make the lava come out, but it's not getting retracted automatically. Because of how the dispensers work, they will only dispense once they get power, and if you want them to pick up the lava again, you have to power them once again. So, if we see here at this other repeater, that's like the trick I show you, where this repeater feeds power into this block, and this redstone is able to pick it up, as well as this repeater. This repeater is set to delay the signal by 1 tick, and let's see here. That will allow this redstone signal to turn off for a slight second, and this to send power into this one after the delayed time, and this one to pick up the signal once again and power this for the second time. That is the whole functionality of it, really. So I can do a practical example here of how we can connect your water streams. You can see that right here we have a water stream. This will push the mobs for a while, but if you want to extend it, what do you do? Well, simple enough. You place sign here to make our next water source prevent from flowing backwards. Also, we need that on the other side, because now that will flow that direction, and you see that pushes us the wrong direction. We place one here as well, so the source block and this way will be the only way it can flow. And if you put a water source here right now, you can see that it goes here and it goes okay. It doesn't really matter, but since there's a water source below there, this is actually making a downward current, so we can actually do this as well, and we prevent that downward stream, but it isn't necessarily noticeable, but just for efficiency case, just again. Okay, So let's do the same. Let's say we want this pipe to make them swim up for a little while, right there. Oops. Yeah, that's enough. Like that. Go away. So, we probably want them to gather to the edge first, which is why we do this. This will push them up into here, but what we do, since they are 2 blocks high, we just block that off once the water gets to flow in there, and they can't fit in there, basically. So we just add a sign there to prevent anything from messing up the stream below. And more glass and water. Now here comes the part where you have to decide, do you want to get the mobs to breed, or shall they just have a solid stream to swim up? It doesn't really matter, but be aware that if they swim, if you make it like that too long, they will eventually start drowning. So if you have to be careful about them not taking damage, then you might want to consider alternating with signs like that, and they will get a breed pocket and reset their breeding bar every once in a while. Let's just you just need this pipe to be 2 blocks tall, so the mobs can perfectly fit in there. They won't be able to jump as much, and it will go faster overall. Because if they decide to fight the current, they are still being held quite far down into the streams, and they won't be able to jump out of it and jump forward, if you get what I mean. Here's just a illustration where you can see that the lava gets put out, and hopefully see the redstone blinking twice. I will do it several times so you can try to follow along. It goes quite quick, but they flash 2 times, which is enough for this to put it out and pick it up again. So if we were to remove this repeater right here, it would just dispense it once, because that's how a normal repeater works. No, normal dispenser, I mean. It dispenses whatever is in that bucket, and we give it another signal and it will pick it up. But if we give it one signal and then give it another signal from that, but just delayed a little bit, there we go. Okay. Well, let's see the how this machine does in action. Let's get some zombies in here quite fast. I'm gonna spawn eggs instead of oh, that's not good. Okay, we can't actually take too much of fall damage while doing this, else they will just die down here. But let's stress test this a little bit. Let's get a few down there. Let's say we have had it running for a few, at least a few minutes. I didn't mess up this back here, did I? Yes, I did. Go away. I'm glad I remembered that, else this might have gone horribly wrong. Okay, so you can see this is a bug, a graphical bug. The zombies might... oh, this might be loud actually. Let me turn this down a little bit more. Oh my god. Okay. So, what was I saying? Yeah, the zombies often have some graphical glitches where they seem to fall through the blocks and actually even further than that, flying all over the place. Depends on... Um, I don't actually know what causes it, but I think it depends on how fast your Java is working and how much memory it has and how it chooses to allocate it. But I think we'll collected most of them right now. Let's see if we let them through. Yeah, they go through quite easily. The guys with armor, they probably might tolerate the lava a little better. So, for that reason, you might consider using some swords to kill them. You can also use these health potions. Health splash potion of healing. Okay, that's what they're called. They have negated effects on undead enemies, apparently. So I tried out the poison potions, which doesn't actually seem to work on aggressive mobs anymore. It works on you, but not the mobs. That's quite odd. Harming, that would just heal them, I think. You can see that this is instant damage to most enemies, but since they are undead enemies, they will actually heal from damage. It's another mechanic that's not easy to think about, but it's how it works. So if I throw this healing potion, it will actually heal me, but it will kill them. And this potion I don't think will do anything at all to them. You can see, it won't do anything to them. If I get a little closer myself, I probably get poisoned. Yeah. But if I throw this healing on them, boom, silenced. And yeah, now I get attacked by small experience orbs. That's me right there. Yay. Hello. Oh, I broke something. I broke something. Okay, it's probably okay. I don't know why they broke, but something broke. Yeah, so this is my spawner and we got Slenderman. Run! Okay, he's out of the picture. Bye bye. Bye bye. Thank you for watching. See you again next time. Ooh. Oh, it looks so awkward. I have to fix that skin. Oh. Bye bye.